All right, so we're recording. Today is February 11th. Holy cow. We actually just started planning the schedule for March, and that was super weird to even say because I don't know what's happened. But you guys are halfway through your 90-day run, and we're running into velocity, which is super exciting. If you just were on Sarah's call, I hope you really took what she said to heart, because this is something that I think many of your upper level leaders do anyway. But even if I've heard somebody do the same training multiple times, I take notes every time, because where I'm at showing up that day and where I've evolved to personally and in my leadership skills and as a business owner, take notes and hear things differently, because I'm going to say this about 10 times and I want you to hear it. You can only hear that which you are ready to hear. I'm going to say it one more time. You can only hear that which you're ready to hear. Because if you're not ready to hear it, it's going to go over your head, which is why you continue to show up. This is why I've read the same book 6, 7, 1, 10 times, because I'm only ready to hear or work on that layer or level of myself where I'm at. That is really important for you guys to take when you take notes, but also when you show up and when you make a choice. And yes, it's a choice, because no one determines your choices but you, to either not be present or be present, or make that bathroom run, or stop and talk to that person in the hall, or get off and say you'll watch it later and don't. Because I will tell you, I know the watch rate of rewatches. I see it. I see the views. I know who shows up and watches training calls and says, oh, I'll catch the recording. You guys, 90% of people do not watch a recording. They don't. So unless you dedicate the time, this is why online school is such, people fail online school bad, because they don't show up, because they don't schedule that time in, because they don't block it off, because they're distracted. I know when people send me numbers and ask questions, because I know they didn't watch the call and actually watch it focused and take notes. And I call people out on it because I'm well aware. But this is also why you're going to see your advisory council sitting in their seats. You're going to see your advisory council, unless someone stops us in the bathroom, which I'm going to tell you, please do not stop your leaders in the bathroom if you're going. I'm just going to say that really clear. You can say hi or whatever, but don't use that time to ask your personal question, because that leader wants to get back in their seat as badly as they needed to pee. So please, I'm telling you this with my whole heart, because this is actually, believe it or not, a conversation that goes on with your upper level leaders, because we want to be present, but we also want to be present with you and answer your questions and not be rude. But our number one job is to be in our seat. And that is your number one job if you're watching virtually as well. If you have not made the commitment yet to block off your schedule and watch it, and you're saying I have to work or I have to do something, then you don't want to actually take full advantage of what is being presented to you right now with the massive momentum Q is in. And then I'm going to challenge you that you have not fully committed to the long-term 5-year vision of your dream, or you potentially haven't even created it yet, because you don't have 2 feet in the boat here at Q. These are the same people who are going to send me their numbers every single week, and they're always 0, because you, again, haven't fully committed to the work that takes for you to be a business owner consistently. So you're setting unrealistic goals for yourself every single week, and then psychically, quietly, subconsciously, whatever word you want to be, beating yourself up when you don't get it, and then telling yourself, see, I can't do it, I'm not worthy. None of that is true. None. 0. None. The only thing that's true is action. The only thing that produces results is action. Now, inspired action will get you to your vision a lot faster than just motionless action. We all know that. But if you don't have that vision and you're not taking action in that, and you're not committing as a business owner to your business, whatever amount of hours that is, And that does not just mean showing up on one call or training call or getting on this. That means you're actually presenting, you're in three-way messages, you're reaching out, you're actually know what your business ideal business partner looks like. I am training on social media marketing strategy. How many businesses out there, storefront business, do not have a marketing strategy? Zero. How many social media, how many online businesses don't have a marketing strategy? Zero. How many network marketers don't have a marketing strategy? Most. The most craziest part of all of that, you guys, is network marketing is because the company used you as the network and you are to do the marketing, and yet you don't have a strategy. Oh my gosh. So make sure you hear my training because I spent a ridiculous amount of time on it. All right, so today, this is part of your strategy, and part of your strategy is tracking your numbers in your business. And all of you that show up, so the people that show up live, I will tell you, there is so many of you that watch this recording, and this makes me really, really proud of you, that send me your numbers and track your numbers and are watching the recordings. And that is really exciting because that means you're learning these skills and then you're going to take them back to your group. That's the whole point of this. The whole point is you are learning to track for business growth so that you can get out of the emotional roller coaster and into the business tracking as a business owner, regardless of your industry. And these are true business skills that you can then take back to your group, which is going to make your whole life. Sorry, some spam call is calling me. 1 second. There we go. It even says spam. Thanks, phone, for letting me know. Totally distracted. Oh my God. So that you can take it back to your group and you can do them for your group. Remember, we're tracking for growth. So many of you are still silently now because I won't let you publicly do it, but you silently beat yourself up. So many of you send me your number the day late and say, or you send it today, or please don't kick me out. You guys, this is not like Nazi camp. You're here to track your business. If you're sending me your numbers and you're consistent, you're great. This is for those showing up for their business, and you are. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to help you grow. I want you guys to truly hear that. Those who are not committed, don't show up. Those who are not committed, send me something and length and tell me to remove them. That's fine. I have zero judgment. At any point, you're welcome to take the skills and apply them to your business as a business owner. That's what this is about. And one of the most valuable skills I've found for realistically looking at people's numbers, because even the biggest leaders on our team are still missing this, is this sheet. It makes it so simple. I'm trying not to show you my numbers. I don't know how to do it without showing you my numbers. So simple to see what you have, where you're at, where your energy should be focused and working, where your personal recruiting needs to be, where you need to grow your leadership lid in order to help people hit their ranks, and where you can consistently see how you're going to get to the next goal. And it has to do with numbers. It doesn't have to do with rank or pay or anything else. So Caitlin, so this comes from Jenny Greer and David Bird. This is part of it. The file is in the group. It is also in the movement. It is in multiple places. I asked you guys to print it out so you can work with this and understand it. Caitlin also works with my business coach, Jenny Greer, and we do this every single month when we're talking to Jenny and looking at our realistic numbers and how we grow and all the things. She's very good at training on this, and she's about to have a baby any minute. She's a gold ambassador here. She's never made more than $100 in network marketing, and she is a gut health specialist and used to be with a gut health company. So if that doesn't tell you the phenomenalness of this business model that should, but she's an incredible businesswoman. Her and her husband do real estate as well. They flip houses. They're very, very wise at this. But like I said, she literally is about to have a baby any minute. It's the only reason she's not going to go to convention, because she was a top producer. Everything was paid for her to go. If you guys didn't know, from Bronze and Above, our top producers, when you're top producer, you get, when you're number one top producer, you get your ticket, your airline, and your hotel paid for. She was the top producer. She got all that and she can't go. So she's here today. Thank goodness, because I literally texted her this morning if she was going to have a baby or not, which she probably is going to have one any minute. But hopefully not while on this call. She's going to talk to you and train you on these buckets. Your buckets will be part of what you report this week now. At this week, when you send me your numbers, you're going to send me a screenshot of your buckets, because now this is going to give you a realistic view of where you want to close out February. All right. So Caitlin, can you unmute? You good?
Yeah. Do you want to make me host so I can just screen share mine real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I can make you co-host. Does that work?
Yeah. I love co-hosting with you. Yeah, she's exactly right. When I got the email that I had everything paid for to go to convention, because I go regardless. I've gone to every single one. And that's just what I tell people. If you want this business to be a business long-term, it's just a non-negotiable, but they've let me off the hook to birth this baby. Hopefully not on Zoom. But if I do, you can record so we can all go viral. That can be part of our marketing strategy. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I love that. Can you guys see my bucket? I love that you talked about how my husband and I do real estate, because we run several other businesses, it really made it easy to transition those skills and that mindset over to this business when I found a mentor like Tara who could actually teach me how to do it like a business. So I had updated this I rebooted everyone on my team that had 2 feet in the boat. And there's actually a definition of that at the bottom of the sheet. I'll scroll to in a minute.
Yeah.
So we all,
Caitlin, is there a way for you to make it like the whole screen, the buckets? Because I see so much of the top, I can't see the bottom of your.
Okay, let me see. What about now?
That's a little bit better. At least I can see. Yeah.
That's weird because I can see the whole thing. Yeah. Okay, so at the bottom here, can you guys see that where it says core leader? This is sort of where I like to start. It's counterintuitive to start at the bottom, but this is what you need to be thinking about. As you grow, as you replicate your franchises, you have too many people that you can't touch every single person and still continue to grow your own IPAs, your personal recruiting bucket. So the first thing you want to do whenever you are starting your buckets at the beginning of a quarter, at the beginning of the month. So Tara wants us to do this right now. For the end of February, right, Tara?
Yeah, unless you guys already did your buckets for you've been tracking with me, you already do your buckets, then obviously you just did yours for all of February. That's fine. But if this is new to you and you're just learning this, then you'll do it from now until the end of February, correct?
Okay, so I'll have to manipulate a couple things, but again, that's people who are watching this will be able to follow along. So think about your core leader. A core leader is not your highest ranked person. A core leader can sometimes be someone who just started and we're trying to help them get to executive. So you really need to get it out of your head that it's attached to a rank it's not, okay? They do have a willingness to do and replicate, and they have drive, energy, and activity. They're not just sending zeros, they're actually in activity, right? So they're coachable. When you tell them, this is how we're going to launch your business, they say okay. If they come back and you give them advice on how you would handle it as a business owner, they don't argue with you, they don't get defensive, they don't tell you anything but okay, I'll do that next. They're coachable, right? They've moved past discouragement. I am a living, breathing testimony that Tara works with the people who do this system without judgment, because I have moved past discouragement. I even did a whole thing with Ashley Garcia and Sarah Spencer on how you move past discouragement, because I've had entire legs leave luckily at two different times, but it still happened, right? And so focusing on this bucket sheet is how you move past discouragement. Um, and then your words and actions align. You know, if you say you're going to commit to something, you do. You don't just say it just to say it. And whether that commitment's huge or small, it doesn't matter. It's just your actions and your words have to align. So back up to the top. You're thinking about those people that are on your team, right? What was, if we're doing it for this month, what was your overall January volume? That's what goes in the top here. What was your overall January volume? Okay. What is your February 28th volume goal? It does not have to be a rank, you guys. It probably isn't going to be all the time. And then what is the difference to that? That's overall your OV. Now, I have a runaway leg. I really don't, if I include that in my OV right now, it messes up the numbers. So my 2 outer legs are what I put here as my OV. I hope that makes sense. But if you are still trying to get to silver, meaning you're bronze or elite or executive or builder pro, then you can do your OV, okay? So then you have a difference here, all right? And I forgot, you need to put your name on here as your CEO, because you're not a CEO if you write your name on this. That's like, like step number 1. All right, so now you have an idea of like the goal gap, right? And it's just a number. It's not something we're going to attach our worth to. Personal recruiting is your first profit center. We track our class A's every single week here. So it should be super easy for you right now to write the names of all your class A's in this bucket right now. Okay. So again, Tara talked about on one of these trainings, or I think it was in the movement, like actually making empty circles of people on your team that you want to get to convention. And you can do that too right here. We have empty spaces, and who are we going to fill them with? Well, your class A's, of course. Okay. So there's only 3 spaces. We ideally want at least 10 by the 15th of this month in a couple days. So this, you can continue to write names here. Okay. The top of the bucket says 3-month NS average. So this was made for a quarter to figure out, NS means new start, by the way. So to figure out your new start average, you do want to go back. You do want to pull some numbers. We track our new starts every single month anyhow. We should have that written down. So how many new starts did you have January, December, November? And just divide that by 3. And that's your average. You might average 2 per month. You might average 10 per month, but write that down here so you know. Okay. And then each month, our goal is to get new starts to executive. However, we know about 50% don't do anything. So this is, again, where you can start tracking numbers logically. What was your target volume for January again, or I'm sorry, for February? We're in February. And what was your ending volume with your personal new starts, not your team, your personal new starts? So if you had 2 start in January, what was their ending volume in January, and what do we need to help them get to in February? Okay. So then you have a number here that you can put in either profit center leg 1, 2, or 3. Well, where do you need it? Like, that's why you have to do the buckets. So you've already thought about the people on your team that are core leaders, that are 2 feet in the boat, right? You write their names down here. There are only 3 spots. I actually love that there are only 3 spots because, again, most of your time is spent over here in your personal recruiting. And then the rest of your time is just working with the newest people or the people that are in this bucket. And it really helps you focus on where you don't have to answer messages from like 50 different people. You know, you have to make sure you prioritize the people who are working this like a business. And you do the same thing for this leg. So if you have Anne and Bobby and Carly, you need to look at their new starts. How many people did they bring in January? Okay. What was your leg 1 that they're in ending volume in January? And how much do you need in February from leg 1 to hit your difference to your goal? All right. So when you're looking at these numbers, if you need, now you see that in leg one, I had, I don't know, 1500, and I'm trying to get to elite, and I need 2250 in that leg. 750 is what I need. Well, I need to go have a conversation and be intentional and talk to my 3 people and see what their goals are based on this month, how much they're working, what they're willing to put in. Are they going to convention or not? Like, those things will make a difference in their volume. And if I add up their difference to their rank and it is that 750, then heck, I could maybe go for bronze this month. But you just you look at who's working and what their goals are. You add that to your bucket and you see, is that close to my target volume? Okay. If it is, you can increase your volume, or if it is, you can move your personal recruiting over to Profit Leg Center too. So you know where to place someone when they're in your placement suite. All right. So then you do the same thing with leg 2. You might only have had, I don't know, 600 in that, and you need to get it to 2250. So now you know everyone in your personal recruiting bucket is going to go over here because you only have David over here. And he's only going for pro this month, which is 600. So that's just like really general. But the idea is that if you are intentional with who is in your personal recruiting bucket, I've heard Kelly Aldred do like amazing trainings on leveraging people. Tara has, Fran has. So never place someone right away that's in their placement suite. Leverage them first, and then all of a sudden you could have so many more people in this bucket to then put over here, because now you see this bucket's taken care of for my overall goal, but this one needs some work. So I need to get these people invited into the business so I can place them over here. And then if you have no one here, then most of your day is spent on IPAs. It's just clear as day. So again, I hope that helps. I do have a, like, I don't know, 13-minute training on YouTube if anybody needs that I say the similar things, but in a different way, like Tara says, and maybe that will hit home. And when you start actually pulling your numbers, so what she needs is what your January volume was and what you want your February volume to be at the end of the month and what that difference is. And then if you are working with people already, put their names down here, figure out what their goals are, make sure they're attainable. Jenny Bird, who created this, Jenny Bird Greer, who created this, always says you win by winning. So make sure that we're setting our people up to, yeah, we can totally get you to silver in 90 days. But for February, let's focus on this goal. And that's part of running a business. If I look at my husband's numbers in January, we're not going to triple them in February. It's a shorter month. I'm having a baby. That's not smart. So anyway, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, I'm on here to answer them.
Thank you, Caitlin. That's awesome. Can you stop sharing your screen? Caitlin, can you please drop your 13-minute training in the accountability group so they can find it easily?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, guys, so print that out. You may need to watch this again. Remember, next Thursday is Bronze Academy. And so if you are a lifetime bronze and watching virtual, that will be available to you. You'll be watching it. If you are showing up live, you will be at Bronze Academy no matter what your rank is. So make sure you guys, Bronze Academy to me is one of my favorite parts of convention outside of the silver dinner, because of the more raw, it's not just a brush over superficial training, which I'm going to say even on Friday and Saturday, it's not, but it is more general for the newest people, where the upper level bronze and above trainings is really more deep and real when it comes to what you really need to be looking at. And I will tell you, we start the advisory council and the equity council start on Wednesday. We have our own training. And so we will be there all day Wednesday as well in our own training. So we never stop growing. We never stop learning. We never stop showing up. I hope you guys have some really, really solid goals in place. We will not see you on Thursday. I will do a post so you can drop those numbers with your buckets in it. Okay. I'm going to do a post for you to do that there, just because my phone already is exploding right now, just with what's happening with the massive amount of people running really hard this month using the 21. You guys, the 21 products, by the way, the 21 new products we're getting for hemp, that is hemp alone, okay, which I have used all of them. Um, but we also have products that are non-hemp that are also coming. So it's more than 21 products, which is absolutely insane, just so you know. So I would be really also prepared to buy those products so that you can sample. Use the links that Fran just put in the movement to get those samples. Don't wait until your products come to get these little sample bottles, which I have them everywhere, but I think I had some sitting here. I have them for both. I guess I don't know where they are. I have bottles for this. I have rollerball bottles. There are so many things you can have ready to go. So when your products come, if you are there live, you take them home. You're ready to get them out. Be prepared, because when you're prepared, you succeed. Lack of preparation sets you up to fail. And if you are setting yourself up to fail, why are you doing this in the first place? Remember, you're not allowed to say try to me, because the word try alone means doing without success. You're either doing or you're not doing. So commit, put 2 feet in the boat, get the paddle and start going, which means I don't care if you go slow or fast, at least you're going and you're not trying. You're doing. All right. So I will do that post, print that out. If you need to watch Caitlin's training again or watch this training again to understand the buckets, because it may take you, if numbers are not your thing, which you guys, numbers are not mine. This is why I am so passionate about this, because I don't necessarily, my brain does not work this way, but it allows me to get very clear, very realistic in the business growth, and set yourself up for success. Just like Caitlin said, you can't say this is going to be your biggest month and you haven't been working, you haven't recruited anyone, and you have a baby coming. Not to say that that was not what, because she has been working. But if that's what's happening, be realistic. All right. All right, you guys. So I will see you in 2 weeks, which is going to put you at the end of the month. I want you to all check the events in the movement. There are so many opportunity calls, product calls, moneymaker calls, launch calls, and power hours all set up from next week until the end of the month to help everyone take advantage of all the momentum coming out of velocity. Velocity is speed, right? We want you to take advantage of that speed. If speed makes you uncomfortable, you need to address the discomfort in yourself in that, because this industry loves speed. So get tapped into those. Find a leader that resonates with somebody that you want to get on that call and drive to momentum to that. All right, you guys. All right. I will see you when we get back from Velocity. I will see most of you hopefully next week. And I look forward to seeing those buckets. All right. Bye, guys.